Hello everyone and welcome back to This Is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri, and on today's Skincare Saturday video, what could it be? I went shopping at Sephora because I was dying to try the new foundation by Haus Labs, Lady Gaga. I know. I don't know if you've been seeing all the stuff I've been seeing. Everybody's been testing this Triclone Skin Tech Foundation, and they've been dying over it. But when I say everyone, I mean all those young, fresh-faced kids with smooth, sparkling skin that they absolutely do not need to be wearing foundation for, but they do. So I thought, well, that's great for the young, smooth-faced people out there, but what about us? What about us with the mature skin? The stories we could tell. What about us? How does this foundation work on our skin? So guess what? We're testing it out on this Skincare Saturday. Okay, so I popped on over to my Sephora, and let me just tell you, this foundation is not cheap. We have tested BB creams and CC creams pretty much just from the drugstore, and what did we spend the most? Maybe $14.99. And I really do enjoy a good BB cream or CC cream. I like that just hint of color that just smooths out everything. It really doesn't settle into all of our fine lines and wrinkles. It doesn't bunch. I like them. Do they offer like medium to full coverage? Not so much. It's kind of a light coverage. It's more of like, a moisturizer with some tint in it. But I enjoy them. But I thought, I don't know, maybe it's time we get into some foundations. And I grabbed the Triclone foundation, and this is 175 Light Neutral. I did the very best I could at matching my skin tone while in the Sephora. We'll see how good I actually did. And now this puppy, you guys, it's $45. $45. Yeah, and then I thought, well, since I'm here, I might as well also grab the Haus Labs by Lady Gaga Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder I got in golden, and this was $38. Yeah, for a setting powder. $45 for a foundation. It's right here. So, this is the other thing. I haven't watched too many reviews on this foundation because, I don't want to be subliminally made to think one way or the other. But from the few that I have watched, the people that have been testing it have been maybe doing a wear test, maybe just a first impressions, but the longest wear test that I've seen was by one of the Welsh twins. I really need to get better at this. I want to say it's Robert Welsh, but it also could be James Welsh, whichever the makeup one is. I think he did a wear test for 6 hours. So, you know me in science, we're going to take it a step further. So today I have washed my face. I have completely moisturized. You can see I'm very dewy, very red to go. So today I want to do no primer, no nothing. We are going to apply this foundation on one half of my face with a dampened beauty blender and the other side of my face with a brush, because today's test, not only are we going to wear it for several hours, but I want to see which application process looks better on the skin. And then tomorrow, we're going to take the application process that we thought looked the best. We're going to wake up fresh in the morning, put the foundation on using our selected application process, and then we are going to set it with the powder. And we're going to do an all-day wear test. And then the next day, we are actually going to use a primer on our face before applying the foundation and the powder and see what happens there. So yeah, it's a full-fledged scientific test on the Haus Labs by Lady Gaga Foundation. Here and only here. Okay, so what is this miracle foundation and why is everybody going like ape shit over it? I don't know, but let's read what the website says. Now, this Triclone Skin Tech Medium Coverage Foundation comes in 51 shades, which is pretty amazing for a foundation. A medium buildable coverage, high performance, weightless, clean foundation infused with our proprietary fermented arnica. I don't know what that is. that helps reduce redness, helps even skin tone, and protects from environmental stress. Suitable for all skin types, including sensitive and acne prone. Haus Tech powered, which is trademarked, with 20 plus skincare ingredients, including our patent pending fermented arnica. What is that?
Arnica.
I should have probably Googled the pronunciation first, but it's a herbaceous plant in the sunflower family. It is used topically for a wide range of conditions, including bruises, sprains, muscle aches, wound healing, joint pain, inflammation from insect bites, and swelling of broken bones. Okay, well, it's in the Lady Gaga stuff, so there you go. Let me take a before of just my regular old clean face, and then we will start applying the foundation. Okay, before pictures have been taken. So let's open up the foundation. Now again, as a reminder, I have just cleansed my skin and put some moisturizing cream on it, and that's it. We are not going to be using any sort of primer. We're not going to be using powder to set it, nothing. We just want to put it on our fresh face, wear it for a while, and see what the shit happens. Here we have it. The packaging, very nice, very minimal. I love it. You can just see like a little deboss of the Haus Labs by Lady Gaga. Here we have it here. Again, this is 175 light neutral. Here we have the bottle. I'm sure you've seen it a million times already. It does say shake well before use right here on the back. So we will do just that. The one earring side will be the beauty blender, and the two earring side will be the brush application, so we can see what we like best. So let's open her up. Here she is. Again, for $45. How much do we get in here? One fluid ounce for $45. It must be that arnica. Let's squirt it out. Now, you know, I am no beauty guru, nor do I claim to be one, but I don't know, seems runny-ish. You can see it dripping down my hand. So now let's take our dampened beauty blender, and we're just gonna tappa, and then tappa. Guys, if it's not a perfect match to my skin, that's not what this is about. We're not testing that. We're testing how it goes on, how well it stays on, and if it goes into all of our creases and shit. So I'm gonna do like half of my nose the best I can, up half of my forehead, and down half of my face. Now, that was just one little hit with the beauty blender of what I squirted out onto the back of my hand. It seems pretty coveragey to me. Let's get up in it. I mean, it definitely is very light at first. Light to medium, I guess, but it does say that it is buildable. So let's do another squirt and see what happens. At that much, we definitely want to get at like in all of our crevices, in our 11s, in our forehead wrinkles, in our crow's feet. I'll even go over my eyelid, up in the hairline. You name it, we're fucking covering it with this foundation. Now, I'm gonna take the pointier side, dab a little bit here so I can get like right under the eye. Because again, we're not using any concealer. We're just using this. Right now, it is very, very dewy. You like how I didn't use greasy? Yeah, that's me, beauty guru. I've got it all in. Now, I am a human, so I do have pores. I do have wrinkles. But as far as the coverage is concerned, I think it's pretty nice. It is leaving us with a lovely, glowy complexion. Now, while maybe not the best color match, maybe once my whole face is done, it will look like it matches me. It's a little bit yellowy. But again, if you were going to do your full face of makeup, I think that we could make this work out. It's $45, so I'm definitely going to make it work out. But it's blending in with my skin pretty nicely. It's covering up kind of a multitude of sins here. We'll definitely have to keep our eye on this area when we apply with the brush on this side. But for now, I think this is pretty good application-y wise. Here's my face with nothing but moisturizer on. You can definitely see it's human skin. We have pores, we have lines, and here we have pores and lines as well. It is bringing out that natural texture of my skin, but it's just evened everything out. Okay, good. Foundation? No foundation. I think it's pretty clear. Let's do the brush application. We'll just start with one. Now, I brought in two brushes. This brush is by Farah, and it said stippling medium. This brush is Sigma, and it says domed buffer. I thought maybe we'd stipple and then buff. You think? The brush is definitely like picking up a lot. It's going in that brush pretty heavy. I don't know if I like this brush. You know, they say the Beauty Blender eats up a lot of the product, but I feel like this brush did. So let's squeeze out another pump. I'm gonna try that other brush, the blending brush or whatever the hell it was called, for layer number 2. So one more squirt. This is the Sigma F74 Domed Buffer. So let's dabba dabba dabba, buff all that in. I just feel like the brush actually, to me, goes a little bit faster. Okay, well, I will say this about the brush. I went like this, and you can see the brush stroke. Dabba dabba dabba, don't swipe. Dab, dab, dab. Stippling effect, like the first brush. I think I do prefer the way it looks with the brush. Let me go in for close inspection. Okay, I've close inspected it. The Beauty Blender side does look more like absorbed into my skin, whereas this kind of looks like it's almost like sitting on the top of my skin. This looks a little bit heavier, while this seems a little bit more seamless and smooth. And I was like really going in with the Beauty Blender, so let me just go in a little bit more with this brush and get it really into the skin. I want to give a fair shake to both sides, because based on this application, that's how we're going to be applying it for the next couple of days. So brush, Beauty Blender. Now look at those. That's pretty good. They're still there, but they're not nearly as dark and in your face. And clearly it's pretty yellow. But I mean, from a distance, I think it'll be fine, right? Let's put this on up. Now, let me take after, hour 1, minute 1, Beauty Blender side, brush side. It is lightweight. I don't feel like anything's on my face. It feels just like BB cream, CC cream. It's not weighing anything down. I think it's nice in that respect. I think the dewiness or the glow is kind of fading the longer it is sitting on my skin. So you can see, while I am still glowy, this side's much more glowy because this side's been sitting here for a while, and we're just gonna let it sit. So it is 10 minutes to 5 in the night. I have some running around to do this evening. Then I also have some like laying around on my couch to do this evening, as well as I've started some laundry. So, you know, it's just gonna be everyday activities, and I'm just gonna keep this on until I need to wash my face because I'm tired and I need to go to bed. So, Beauty Blender side, brush side. So far, I don't mind it. You can tell that there's something on my skin, but I do like that it's evened out the skin tone. You know what's gonna be the true telltale sign of if we like this or not is it settling in anywhere. I will definitely do some check-ins throughout to keep you guys posted, and then at the end of this evening, we're gonna decide which application process we liked the best so that we can test that tomorrow. Okay. It has been 2 hours and 20 minutes, Beauty Blender side, brush side. Now, upon closer inspection, I'm kind of liking the Beauty Blender side more than the brush side. The Beauty Blender side definitely has like a smoother texture to it, while the brush side looks a little bit more, you know, not so awesome. Do you see what I'm talking about here? And then two, what I noticed, like look, when I do this, you see how we see some like cakiness in that line? I find that interesting. Why? Only difference is Beauty Blender brush. So it is gooping up inside of my creases. My nose looks pretty good on both sides. Again, it's only been 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, it's definitely bunchy right in there. But I mean, overall, it looks okay. I am leaning more towards the Beauty Blender side, but both sides look pretty good so far. Clearly, I definitely need to take it down. Why is my neck so red compared to the rest of my body? I need to take it down my neck, obviously, so it looks like it matches me a little bit better, but that's really neither here nor there. We're just checking out the wear test right now. So Davis is making me dinner right now, so I'm gonna eat some dinner and then maybe we'll wash this off and see what happens. It is 10 o'clock, so we have had the Lady Gaga Foundation on for officially 5 hours. And I have taken the 5-hour mark picture so that we can compare that to our 1 minute, 1 hour mark photo. Let's look at those. To be quite honest, I think the Beauty Blender is the application of choice. Just the brush side, I mean, look, it's really bunchy in there. Look at that, that's pretty smooth. My chin crease does have some bunching, but it's pretty interesting that oh, hey dum-dum, you can just hold your face and stretch out your wrinkles rather than sticking your tongue all up in your cheek. I mean, look at all that bunching right there. No bunching here. I tried my very, very best not to touch my face at all. It's not like it was an extremely active day. I wasn't sweating or anything, but I didn't touch up. I didn't touch my face. No primer, no powder, no nothing. Just the foundation in all of its glory. While the brush application was a lot faster, I just am not feeling how it's looking now after 5 hours. No real bunching in my forehead lines. I will say, touching my face, it's definitely coming off on my fingers. Oh my gosh, a shit ton. Look at, you could see where I rubbed right here. That's like my skin. Look at that. Oh, is this what foundation does? Ugh, gross. This side's way worse. I think because the brush doesn't pick up the product like the Beauty Blender does, it just really applies all of the product to your skin. Oh my God, that is disgusting. I'm sorry. I just have this vision of being a guest at a wedding and hugging the groom or anybody in a black tux and then getting this foundation on them. Hopefully when you set it with powder, this doesn't happen. Ugh. But anyways, point of the story is we're not using the brush tomorrow. I'm going to wash my face, go to bed. Tomorrow, I do have pole to teach, so I'm gonna wake up early. We're going to wash, moisturize, because this is for science. So I'm scientifically trying to math this out because I want us to experience the fullest, most thorough test of this foundation. I think tomorrow we'll apply a primer to the areas I typically apply a primer, which is my nose, kind of around my mouth in here and up into my forehead. And then we will apply the foundation with our Beauty Blender. Then we will top it off with the Lady Gaga powder. And I will wear that shit all day. I'll teach pole in it. I'll run errands in it. I'll clean the house in it. We'll do check-ins. We're gonna run the full gamut tomorrow. And then the next day, we're gonna put it through its final test. But so far today, 5-hour wear test, not a lot of bunching. I think it held together pretty well. But again, this was just 5 hours. We'll see what really happens tomorrow during an all-day wear test. Good morning, good morning. We are up bright and early because this morning we are doing a full face of the Lady Gaga Haus Labs foundation together with the powder. I know. I'm so confused. Am I in some weird alternate universe where Sheri is a beauty guru? No, you're not. We're just testing this foundation. So we decided yesterday on our 5-hour wear test that we were going to apply with a damp Beauty Blender. Let's primer. Let's prepare the face. So I've washed, moisturized, and now I'm going to primer, and then we will apply the foundation and the setting powder. So this is just the professional primer. I just use it on my nose. Don't even ask me why. I think it's because we've been told to. So I do it. My nose, kind of this little cheek area where I'm kind of pore heavy, up in here a little bit. So we're primed. Now we can foundation. So as per usual, we gotta shake well. I'm gonna do 2 pumps and let's go in. Pounce, 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 all over. Oh, look at me blending out into my neck even. Now, yesterday we did 2 pumps on one side of our face. So I think we might need another pump. Finish applying and then we'll get into the setting powder. Okay, foundation on, and I did use 3 pumps on my entire face. So this setting powder, $38. Yeah. Why is it $38? Well, this is the Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder, a clean skincare infused with talc-free loose setting powder that blurs, controls shine, and sets makeup. It's, House Tech powered, trademark, with the fermented arnica and plant squalene. And here it is. I got golden. Which now I'm realizing, like, you should have just gotten red. Like, I did my best to blend it into my neck, which I think I did a pretty good job, but I didn't realize, like, how red my skin is. Boom, and boom. It's all very cute, detailed packaging. The little lids, they're not super flat. They go down, and there's a little H on them. You've got that profile of that lid there. Super cute. This is plastic. This is glass. Let's open her up. Here's what we have on the inside. And there it is. Doesn't smell. The foundation didn't smell either. I've got my Sigma Large Powder F30 brush. So we're just gonna dippa, and blur, blur, blur. Now don't forget, today is just primer, foundation, and powder. Tomorrow we're gonna do a full fucking face of makeup and see what the hell happens. It's definitely cut down on the sheen and fully mattified. It definitely looks nice, I'm not gonna lie. Let's just hope it stays that way throughout the day. Okay, yay. This is it. This is the Lady Gaga. So I have taken our hour 1 minute 1 photo of the foundation and the powder. It did end up blurring. I'm noticing I'm not as like forward as I was yesterday. We do have a nice blurring effect all over. I think the powder really brought it all together. Foundation alone, not so much, but together with the powder, I think we have a nice overall finish. Now I'm not doing anything else. I'm not gonna use a setting spray, nothing. This is what it is today. It's 8:16. I am going to pull. I'm gonna run errands, I'm gonna clean, probably do a DIY, the normal things that normal humans do. And I'll check in every so often so we can see how this is holding up. And then tomorrow, full out science tomorrow. It's been 2.5 hours. I went to pole, I taught, I worked out, then I ran over to the Joann's, I made a return, and now I'm home. So I think it's holding up pretty good. The powder definitely is making it less bunchy in my creases. Like you see, no bunching, no bunching. Let's check the chin. This line right here, this is like the makeup dream catcher. A little bit bunching in that crease. But for the most part, I wish a bit of, it's like you try to match the foundation. You try your very best. I tested the little tester on my wrist right here. I did it right here. I even took a little bit and put it on my neck. And in the light of the Sephora, I thought I was doing a pretty good job. But in the light of my bathroom, it looks like I'm gonna have to take foundation all the way down my body at this point, because do I have jaundice? What's going on? Maybe tomorrow when I do a full face, it will kind of blend a little bit more seamlessly. You know what we should do? Let's go out into the natural light. This is science. Okay, the sun is beaming and the dogs are barking. What do we think? I can't even open my eyes because of the sun directly in my face. But maybe the match isn't as bad as I thought. And in the natural light, it's holding up pretty good, don't you think? It's so bright. I'm squinting. I'm gonna get bunching here. But I think after, what did I say? 2.5 hours? I think it's looking pretty good still. But we'll check in again a little later in the day and see what's up. Okay, it has officially been 9.5 hours of wearing the Lady Gaga foundation and the powder, and I think it's doing pretty good, you guys. Look, let me stretch out my creases. Look it. I don't see any bunching in my marionette lines at all. Obviously, we had a chin crease bunch at the 2.5 hour mark, so that is still there. But I feel like there might be a little baby hair of bunching in my 11, but interestingly enough, not on this 11, only on this 11. I think my forehead creases are doing nicely, and I haven't touched up anything. I went hands-free as far as makeup is concerned today. So it's not like I was in the mirror saying, blot it. I haven't touched it. I've just let my face just run free. And this is what's happening. So let me really quickly take a 9.5 hour photo so that we can compare. Let's compare. So yeah, I think the coverage is pretty nice. While it's evened out the skin tone, you can still see I do have some human skin, showing through, like my little dark spots and clearly the wrinkles. But I don't think it's bringing any of my texture forward. It's not like now I'm more textury. I think it's pretty good. So yeah, I might actually, because I have been in this makeup for 9.5 hours now, I think I might just wash my face and call it a day. And then tomorrow we will go ahead and do like the full face and wear it all day long as well too, for science. And I do think the Beauty Blender is the application method of choice. And right now I'm perfectly happy with it. I think we're still good and I haven't touched up one time. So yeah, I am gonna wash my face and then tomorrow morning, we'll reconvene. Okay, it's full makeup day. This is day 3 in our scientific test of the Haus Labs Lady Gaga Foundation and setting powder. Yesterday, I think the results were pretty good, but today, it's a full face day. I'm fully washed, fully hydrated, and ready to go. Let's shake up our foundation. We're going to apply it with our damp beauty blender as per usual. Couple pumps on the back of my hand to get started. I'm still a little concerned with like the match that I picked, but hopefully when I blend it down my neck, it all looks amazing and seamless. But I know you're not here for the beauty guru-ness of it all, because believe you me, I am not one. We're just here for the Lady Gaga Foundation test. Will these other makeup products break it down? Will it clump easier? Will it stay on our face all day without touching up a damn thing? I don't know, but that's what science is gonna find out for us today. Okay, I am blended to the gods, and now it's time to get into the rest of it. I brought in a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna try the full gamut of products. We're going concealer, contour, bronzer, blush, eyeshadow, powder, all the stuff. So let's get into it. Okay, the full face is pretty much done, and now it's time for the Haus Labs powder. Get our powder brush, set this bitch. Give me that blurred effect, Lady Gaga. I think we're good. I just looked down at all the makeup and shit that I have. I didn't put on any primer today. Science, we will see what happens. I don't know why. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this Fenty Beauty lip paint on, and then we're gonna set the face with some setting spray and set it and forget it. Oh, too much. We gotta blot that off. Much, much better. All right, let's set it. We'll take our hour 1, minute 1 photos, and then we'll go on about our day. This is just cheapy drugstore CoverGirl look lockup. Voila, that is done. What do you think? Look at me, beauty guru wannabe. Let's take some hour 1, minute 1 photos and be done. Okay, it has officially been 8.5 hours of the full makeup Lady Gaga test. I have been rubbing my face a lot today. I was gonna say, and I don't know why, but I do know why. My eye has been watering like a crazy person, and my nose has been running like a crazy person. You can see, oh, that's the real color of my nose. And I've lost some eye makeup here, but after 8.5 hours, I haven't touched up, clearly, at all. And I think we're holding together pretty well. I don't know. I wouldn't call myself a foundation wearer, but I am kind of digging the Lady Gaga Haus Labs foundation. I can see what all the hype is about. I'm not mad about it. I am mad about the price, but I'm not mad about the overall look. And actually, for me, lately I have not been a full face kind of a girl. I haven't been an any face kind of a girl, to be quite honest with you. But I could see myself taking, 5 minutes to do just the foundation and just the powder like I did yesterday, because no bunching was happening. I wasn't having to worry about anything else on my face. I just had a nice, clean, clear, all over coverage. It's not full coverage. It doesn't claim to be full coverage, but the coverage that it does give you, that light to medium buildable coverage, I think is really nice to even out the skin tone without touching up or anything. I think it's pretty good. So while I personally might need to do a better color match next time, I say if you guys, especially those of you, and I know you're out there because you're just like me, not a foundation wearer, but as we grow older, we do want something that gives us a more polished, unified look that's not gonna bunch into our wrinkles. That's the one reason why I have hated foundation. From what I gather and what I see, most foundations settle in to our fine lines and wrinkles, just accentuating them, where I think, yes, am I wrinkly? 100%. But wearing this foundation and powder doesn't make me look more wrinkly. It doesn't turn my wrinkles into goddamn Grand Canyons. And I appreciate that. I like that. I like that I have a more put together look, especially during yesterday's wear test, where it's not going to take me a full face of makeup to look a little bit polished and a little bit more elevated and a little bit more like I care about how I look when I walk out the door. That's all I'm saying. Bad news is $45, $38. But good news is it definitely does what it says it's going to do, and it does it on mature skin. So I don't know. I think it's kind of a small price to pay. I mean, we've spent more on shitty ass skincare, and I feel like this is going to last us a little bit. You don't have to use a bunch of this foundation to get the look that you want, just for your everyday kind of fresh face, no makeup look. While I'm sure, 100% sure, any other setting powder would do the trick, I did like this one. If you get anything, I'm saying, spend the big $45 on this, and then just use any translucent powder that you have to stop it from settling into any fine lines and wrinkles. If we can avoid that, we should probably avoid that, don't you think? And I don't know, this bio blurring loose setting powder, I'm digging it. It sucks price-wise, but I think this is definitely one of those you get what you pay for, and you pay a little bit more and you get a little bit more. So yeah, I'm digging it. Haus Labs by Lady Gaga made me look gaga gorgeous, don't you think? There you have it, and there it is. Our 3-day, very scientific wear test of the Haus Labs Lady Gaga Triclone Skin Tech Foundation and the Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder. I dig them. I recommend them. Science doesn't lie, and we tested science for 3 days. Yeah, I for sure recommend these 2 products, even at their current price. So if you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell so that you are alerted to all of the Skincare Saturday videos I push out, which is every other Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.